On May 22, 2023, Carmelo Anthony took to social media to announce his official retirement from his 19-season NBA career. Carmelo's career included 6 different teams, 10 All-Star appearances, a scoring title, 3 gold medals, and Melo occupies the 9th spot among the NBA's all-time scoring leaders. For the majority of Carmelo Anthony's career, few players in the game were better than him at putting the ball in the hoop, but Melo will be remembered for more than just his scoring. Let's look back at Carmelo Anthony's impressive career. Before Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray were making deep playoff runs leading to their NBA championship, Carmelo Anthony changed the nature of the team's franchise. But before Denver selected Melo with the 3rd overall pick, Anthony was leading a team at the college level at Syracuse University. Prior to the 2002-2003 NCAA basketball season, Syracuse had never won a men's basketball national championship, and few expected that to change anytime soon. The team went 23-13 the year prior and missed the NCAA tournament, but the successful recruitment of the number 2 high school prospect in the nation would shift the team's future for the best. To no one's surprise, Syracuse began their season unranked, and in their season opener, they lost to Memphis by 7 points. But their star freshman Carmelo Anthony recorded 27 points and 11 rebounds. The team then trended upward with 11 straight victories and were eventually ranked 25th in the AP poll. Syracuse continued to exceed the preseason expectations, and Melo had some huge games. They entered the NCAA tournament as a 3 seed after a 24-5 record. Carmelo, even as a freshman, was unbelievable during the tournament. In those games, Anthony averaged 22.2 points per game and 10 rebounds per game, and he was the core piece for Syracuse, the eventual champions of the NCAA tournament. Carmelo's impact on college basketball cannot be overstated. Back then, the one-and-done culture wasn't the same, and players were still entering the NBA straight out of high school. Melo proved that a freshman can be a star in the NCAA and then transition into the NBA, also as a star. His impact certainly influenced the culture behind today's NCAA men's basketball.
With the 3rd pick in the 2003 NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets select Carmelo Anthony from Syracuse University.
When the Denver Nuggets chose Anthony as the 3rd overall pick in the 2003 NBA draft, it marked a resurgence of hope that had been largely absent from the city's basketball franchise for the better part of the preceding 2 decades. Carmelo scored his first 30-point game in just his 6th NBA appearance. Anthony elevated his game to propel Denver to their first playoff appearance since 1994. In the last 17 games of the 03-04 season, Melo averaged 25.1 points and never scored under 20. He finished as the runner-up in a close and even controversial Rookie of the Year race, after per-game averages of 21 points, 6.1 rebounds, and 2.8 assists. By the 08-09 season, the Nuggets constructed their most formidable roster, centered around Carmelo Anthony. Aided by coach George Karl and the experienced leadership of veteran point guard Chauncey Billups, the team achieved impressive success. They secured 54 wins and clinched the coveted number 2 seed in the Western Conference. With ease, they advanced to the Western Conference Finals, going 8-2 through the first 2 rounds, setting the stage for a showdown against Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, and the top-seeded Los Angeles Lakers. In that series, Anthony showcased his scoring prowess by averaging an impressive 27.5 points. The teams were deadlocked at 2-2 after a 19-point Nugget victory in Game 4 on their home turf, and the Nuggets could almost taste victory. However, their hopes faded away as they endured a tough playoff defeat. The Lakers, of course, emerged victorious in the final 2 games of the series, and eventually claimed another NBA championship. Just over a year later, in August 2010, Anthony formally requested a trade, signaling his desire to leave Denver. Despite starting that season with the Nuggets and maintaining his average of 25 points per game, Carmelo was eventually traded to the New York Knicks At the February 2011 trade deadline, the trade package sent to Denver included several players, future draft picks, and swap rights. Among those assets was the critical right to acquire the number 7 pick in the 2016 draft. With that acquired selection, the Nuggets chose a promising guard named Jamal Murray, a parting gift that helped Denver later achieve the championship that eluded Anthony during his time there.
At last, the long wait is over. NBA champions.
The Knicks acquired Anthony shortly before the 2011 trade deadline, less than a year after hopes of landing LeBron James or Chris Bosh, who ultimately teamed up with Dwayne Wade in Miami. Anthony stood out as one of the other iconic figures from that 2003 draft class, and he made a determined move to join the Knicks alongside Amari Stoudemire. Carmelo Anthony's enduring legacy with the Knicks revolves around his deliberate choice to join the team. His desire for New York, the iconic Madison Square Garden, struck a chord with the fan base, particularly given the timing of his arrival. For 6.5 seasons, Melo was the face of the New York Knicks. He was their biggest attraction, and sometimes, Carmelo Anthony was the only reason the Knicks were worth watching. Melo's time in New York can be best described as a roller coaster ride. Over his 7 seasons with the Knicks, the team posted a disappointing record of 196 and 216, with just 3 playoff appearances and a lone series victory. That performance fell short of what was expected when the team acquired their star player, but that losing record doesn't show the full story. Almost from the outset, Anthony's co-star Amari Stoudemire began missing games, with a substantial 31% of his eligible games going unplayed over 5 seasons, leaving Anthony to carry a heavy burden. But from a statistical standpoint, Anthony's individual performance as a Knick was outstanding. He averaged 25 points per game as the primary option, with respectable efficiency. However, with co-stars like a young Kristaps Porzingis and the disappointment that was Andrea Bargnani, it's challenging to solely fault Melo for the team's lack of success. But despite the on-court struggles, Knicks fans developed a deep affection for Carmelo. His style of play was captivating, characterized by effortless scoring, and his New York City roots only added to his appeal. Carmelo had a special flair to his game that made it easy to root for him. Anthony's accomplishments as a Knick included capturing a scoring title and leading the 2012-13 Knicks, a 54-win squad, where he served as the undisputed leader, a time that marked the franchise's most promising era since the 1990s. And Melo was named to All-NBA teams 6 times in his career, twice as a Knick. In the 2023 NBA playoffs, Anthony was spotted at a Knicks game, occupying a prominent seat at Madison Square Garden. As his face appeared on the Jumbotron, the fans rose to their feet, offering him a resounding standing ovation. Even today, despite his Knicks tenure ending with 4 consecutive losing seasons, the fans continue to hold on to the positives. While Carmelo Anthony never graced the stages of the NBA Finals, he was not without championships. Melo famously led Syracuse to an NCAA national championship before entering the NBA, and Carmelo has been a staple on multiple Team USA basketball Olympic teams. He became Team USA's first 4-time Olympian and 3-time gold medalist, and Melo is the American Olympic leader in games at 31. And in rebounds with 125, and he is second in total points at 336. And this past summer, Anthony continued his involvement with USA Basketball, serving as one of 3 global ambassadors for the 2023 FIBA World Cup. Carmelo Anthony had a great basketball career and popularized the style of finesse and flair among forwards. His scoring reputation can be summarized by 2 unique records he's a part of. First, Carmelo Anthony is the only player in NBA history to score 50 points without a single point in the paint.
7th in the league and 3-point percentage at 37%. Rapid ball movement at this now. With 4 seconds. With 3 on the shot. Just time that expired on the shot clock. That gives him 50 points now. Carmelo Anthony with 50.
And second, Melo is one of 2 players in NBA history to score 62 points or more without a single assist, the other player, of course, being Kobe Bryant.
5 for 6 already. Gets past and it's away. Points. The
try and get one more shot off from half court at the buzzer. Up underneath. Anthony leads in. That shot is good. Carmelo Anthony with the greatest scoring game in Knicks history. He's got 62.
Thanks for watching Basketball Pantheon.